to the transition, I had to go from scratch. I just leaned on just the foundation that I had coming from PG. D-Wade said, you just, he was talking about there's people that play basketball, there's people that see the game this way, and it's been basically described that like you can't walk past the basketball or walk past a goal and not get a shot. You know, almost like you were born to do this. What happens if this doesn't work? KD, how much thought did you give to it that I may not end up in the NBA? I may not be one of the greatest of all time. Who would that person have been?
I truly don't know, brother. Like, I didn't think about that question like that until I made it and started signing my contract and feeling solidified in the league. I look back and start reflecting, like, hold up, I really didn't have another option to fall back. I really put everything that I could into this. And I'm glad it worked out.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Friday morning, the blessing day, Friday. Making some breakfast before I go and execute the plan. Well, another step to achieving greatness. So I got on my new tee today, custom design, HOODSTAR World tee. You want one? You can hit me up right here on TikTok, or you can go to the website, HSW365.co.
Who give you the credit that I believe you deserve, right? Like, I don't care. To me, I didn't care where you went. I was like, he's the guy. The rest of the people can play.
You can do anything you put your mind to, bro.
There's special people.
You want to ask me a question? You can ask me a question. You can talk about anything you want to talk about, bro.
There's always this level of criticism that comes with Kevin Durant is the.
So I bought this thing. I bought this phone holder that puts a traction. But I think it's dead. Thanks. You see it follows me. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. You already know what it is. I'm Ali HOODSTAR365, and welcome to HOODSTAR365 Live on TikTok. So I'm up making some breakfast. I think my daughter's still asleep. But I woke up with my back a little sore this morning because I was out there yesterday rebounding for them. And I remember that I moved funny and I tweaked my back. So my back is a little stiff this morning. But other than that, man, I feel great. You know, God gave me another day to live, right? We can't take our days for granted, man. You got to embrace each morning you wake up and say, thank you, you know, or whatever your belief is, however you want to talk to the Lord. Just say thank you to him, waking you up, bro. But you see, I'm using a fork to flip my pancakes. I can't find my spatula. Really? I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. Lying back is right here, look. And real quick, hey, yo, shout out to Bully Max. Bully Max. Where I feed my dog, man, my dogs. And they love it, man. Bully Max. HOODSTAR World and Bully Max. Yes, sir. Tearing it up, look. She tearing it up. Look at her down there. Tearing that Bully Max up. And Mel already ate his. He already laying down, going back to sleep. Well, Mel, what you doing? Melo. Melo, you got the hiccups? You got to, yo, how do I slow him down from eating? Because he eats too damn fast. Melo. Look at that. You okay? Okay. So shout out to Buddy Max, man. I don't know what y'all put in that food, but my dogs love it. Even my cat likes it too. She was eating something last night. She kept asking me for something. I gave her some and she ate it. I think why she's not out here this morning with me. So we're going to start the day off with some cinnamon pancakes. I make some cinnamon pancakes so I can have energy. I got to take a trip today, like a 30-minute ride. I go to the bank, submit these documents to get the show on the road, man. It's time to turn up, man. You know, God let me survive and let me live for a reason. So it's time to turn the brand up, the music, the podcast, the books, the ebooks, and everything that He gave me the ability to do and to inspire. To inspire not only myself, but to inspire my children, to inspire my grandchildren, to inspire the community, and to inspire the world that you can do anything you put your mind to, bro. And I'm a true testament of that. You know what I'm saying? This term, what you're seeing, your image that you're seeing right now was just a thought. It was a dream that came to me when I was in prison. And I was walking the yard. And it was crazy because the whole bid that I was there, me and this dude, we got close. I knew him on the streets from playing basketball. So that's how we connected when we seen each other in prison. Because I played ball in prison too. It was like college, really, a high level ball. It was like Division I. So much talent in prison. And but the conversation was always about how we were going to get out and come back home and unite and become the biggest drug dealers on the East Coast. Like, that was the conversation my entire bid with this dude. So, I say about a year, right before I was about to get out, and then this HOODSTAR thing came to me. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to do that. And, you know, while I was in there, I was getting everybody's name and address. And we put a blueprint, a game plan blueprint of what cities and what counties we were going to put our drugs in, and how we was going to move it, who was going to be the mules, who was going to be the driver, who was going to be security, who was going to be sergeant at arms. And we had a whole shit layout, bro. And that was the whole conversation the whole time until a year right before I was, about to leave. They were going to send me to the camps when I got status. And then God said, boom, no, that's not what you're going to do. You're going to go and you're going to, what you've been dreaming about the whole time, you keep putting it on the back burner because the devil keeps coming up to you, walking up to you and talking his nonsense to you and was putting it on the back burner. So I said that to him. I said, yo, listen, don't come to me talking to me about that anymore, bro. He was, what? You all right, bro? What's going on? I said, man, I'm going home. I'm going to start a record label. I met a lot of artists in here. I got the information. I'm going to reach out to them. We're going to go to the studio. We're going to record songs. We're going to shoot videos. And we're going to go. We're going to chase this. We're going to chase our dream, bro. And the dream is not to fucking go poison the community. The dream is to go uplift the community. So, of course, he wasn't trying to hear it. He said, all right, man, whatever, bro. That's lame. Oh, you too old. You too old for that. You too old to be thinking like that. You believe that shit that he said that to me, bro? I said, all right, then. So when I got out, that's what I did. I went in 2014. Because you got the words that you put out to the universe, you got to be careful whether they're good, bad, or ugly because they come to light, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I made it. I got out of prison. I got status, and I made it to the halfway house. When I got to the halfway house, I had to look for a job. So I went and got a job at a casino as a valet. I was working at Caesars Casino in Atlantic City as valet. So at the time, Jay-Z had just opened his club in Atlantic City called the 4040 Club. It was new. So every time I was working, like on the weekend, that Atlantic City was packed, and that club was packed, and the line out the door was incredible. But I couldn't go enjoy it. I was working. I was doing ballet. I was in the parking garage, but I was looking. And I said, yo, man, when I get done this shit, bro, parole and all that, or when I get parole, because I was in the halfway house, I'm going to be involved with that, bro. I'm going to start my label. I'm going to make some dope songs, bro. I'm getting in the game. We're getting in the game, bro. Fuck that. It's wild, right? The story. So anyway, so the one night they shot Memphis Bleak new video at the 4040 Club. So then when they shot the video, I guess when it was over, everybody flooded to the casino. So they were all standing in front of Caesars, parking their cars or going in, whatever they were doing. So then when I came down with the car, with the customer car, I said, oh shit, it was packed. All these young people, and they had on clothes with like, and mind you, I've been going for a lot of years. So when I came back and I seen how they were dressed, and I said, wait a minute, why their fucking pants are so tight and their shirts are so tight, and then they got all this glitter and buttons and diamonds and all this stuff on their clothes, and they had chains on and all these big ass watches, big face watches. And I said, what the fuck is going on in this world, bro? What they do since I've been gone? So then I seen this Puerto Rican dude, and he was sitting in front of his car. He had a white Mercedes. So I went up to him. Now, mind you, I was 290, and I'm skinny now, but I'm 225 now, but I was 290 when I got out, and I was big. I was lifting a lot of weights, and I was diesels in the mouth. So I went up to the Spaniards, and then Caesars had us wearing a muscle shirt. Some new uniform that came out was a tight ass muscle shirt, like Under Armour. So I was big as hell, and I walked into the Puerto Rican dude. I was like, yo, man, what's up, bro? I go, what's good? What's good, bro? You big as hell, bro. You work here? I said, yeah, bro. I'm the ballet. I said, don't get it twisted. I'm in a halfway house. He goes, you in a halfway house? You work here? I said, yeah, man. I'm in a halfway house, and I'm about to come home. He said, yeah, when you come home? I said, probably like a year and a half, 2 years from now. But anyway, what's all this about? Oh, man, this is Rockefeller. This is Rockefeller. They just shot the new Memphis Bleak. This is Rockefeller, State Property, Dipset. There was a bunch of those groups out there. And I said, oh, shit, that's dope. That's what's up. Anyway, who can I talk to? Because when I get out, man, I got a lot of artists that I met in prison that are talented, bro. And I want to introduce them to the gang. He goes, well, you talking to the wrong person. I'm just a DJ. I said, oh, yeah, you a DJ? Well, who I need to talk to? You see that guy over there on the phone? Crazy man? He on 2 phones. He was like this, on the phone, 2 phones. Talk on the cell phone. He was arguing with some fucking body. So I was like, yeah. And then he was like, yeah, listen. That's who you need to go talk to. That's Jay-Z's right-hand man. I said, oh, shit. Okay. I ain't scared. I ain't never scared. I don't give a fuck about none of that. So I approached him, and I went up to him and shit, and he was on the phone like this, talking like, so I was standing right here. I said, excuse me. And he was ignoring me. He went like that. I said, yo, big brother, yo, my man, excuse me. I was big as hell. So he looked at me, he goes, oh, hold on. Can I help you? And why you so close? Can you back up a little? You big as hell. Or who are you? You work here? I said, yeah, listen, bro. Don't get the uniform fucked up. My name is Ali. How you doing? Nice to meet you. Listen, I'm about to get out. And I'm developing my indie label now, and I got artists, and they're dope as shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a halfway house. He was like, oh, hold on. He said, yo, I like your style. You're aggressive, and you're confident, and you got a plan put together already, right? Goes, yeah. He goes, I get a pen and paper. I didn't have a cell phone. He said, get a pen and paper. So I said, all right. So my supervisor was like, yo, Rich, let me see your pen and paper real quick. He goes, yo, let's go, get back to work. I said, yo, let me see your pen and paper real quick, bro. Hurry up. And he gave it to me. I said, go ahead. He said, all right, I'm going to give you my email. Here's my email. When you get it all together, get the EPK together, get the headshots, send me 3 songs, no more than 3 songs, MP3 or Wave. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. And the videos. When you get that package together, you send it to me, you email it to me, then I'll send you an invite where you can come to the office and then we can present it and see what you're talking about. I said, I bet. So I always save that. So now, I finally got the halfway house. Oh no, I was still in the halfway house. And I caught a train. I got a pass. And I caught a train from Camden, New Jersey to Trenton, New Jersey, the River Line. And I was going to go meet an artist that I met when I was in prison. And he was dope. Him and his boy, they were talented as shit, bro. They were talented, bro. So I went to go see him. I called him when I got to the train station in Trenton, New Jersey, and he goes, "Oh shit, Ali, what's good, bro?" And I said, "I'm in Trenton." He goes, "What? You lying?" I said, "I'm not lying, bro. I'm in fucking Trenton." He said, "Oh shit, bro. Well, come over here. Come on the block." I said, "What you mean, come on the block?" "Man, catch a cab, man. I'm like 10 minutes from there, man." So I said, "All right, give me the address." He gave me the address. Boom, I pulled up on him. And when I pulled up on his street, on his block, it was, an apartment complex. And they were out there. There was a lot of people out there. And they was all flooded in red. They were all bloods. He said, "Man, you really came out here, man. You got fucked. And you by yourself?" And I go, "Yeah, why wouldn't that be? What the fuck?" He goes, "Man, it's dangerous. You going around by yourself?" I said, "Yeah, well, what happened? I'm not on here none of that shit, bro. You gotta do y'all. I don't believe in that. I don't do that, bro. What you into, bro? I'm on the music shit. What's up with the music? I met such and such." I'm gonna say who I met. I met Lenny S. Lenny S is Jay-Z right-hand man. That's who I met that day in front of the casino. Sure did. And I told him, I said, "Yo, I met Lenny S." And he knew who he was. He's like, "Bro, you met Lenny S?" I said, "I met Lenny S, bro, in front of Caesar's Casino in Ang City, dog. They shot the Memphis Bleak video in the 4040 Club, and they were all standing in front of the casino. That's where I work." I go, "Oh, shit." So I said, "Give me your CD. I'm going to go back. I'm going to listen to your music. I'm going to listen to the whole album a couple of times. And I'm going to pick 3 songs. The 3 songs that I picked, I'm going to tell you so you can go and shoot some videos for it. They don't have to be expensive. Just shoot videos, man. Any video. Just to show your image to the song. And take pictures. Like take professional pictures. We need headshots. Because that was the requirement back then. You had to have headshots or whatever. Go outside, go outside. Come on, go. Stretchy. Duty, get up and get ready so we can go. Come and eat, mama. I woke my daughter out hard yesterday. She's still sleeping. Get my coffee. You see my coffee mug? I had this coffee mug for like 5 years or maybe longer. Yes, sir. Nothing like waking up. There's nothing like waking up, period. But get a cup of coffee, eat a little breakfast. It's a blessing, right? Got heat, got shelter. It's a beautiful thing. Hey, baby. Eat breakfast.
I don't want any.
You gotta eat. Oh, my. Eat too. You gotta eat, honey. Okay? Get ready. We can ready to go. I think I gotta warm them up. They're cold. They got cold. This is cinnamon. This is cinnamon pancake. I put the cinnamon powder inside the batter. Make the pancakes so good. So anyway, getting back to the story. So I told him, yeah, man, so get it all together and send me, I need this. And once you send it, I'll submit it, and then we're going to take it from there. But I'm dead ass serious. All right, man, we're going to jump right on it, bro. Yeah, bro. And that was in 2015. We 10 years later, I still didn't get that packet from him. And then he still rap, I think. I remember last year or 2 years ago, I seen him on the internet. And he was managing some artists. But his partner turned into a comedian. A good one, too. He was getting booked to do shows. He was funny. He was an animated artist. He was an animated rapper. They were good together because he was gangster. Then he had him, and he was animated. Like, he was dope. So then I went, and I said, I'm going to meet. When I get out, I'm going to meet. I put the names out there. I said, I'm going to meet Beanie Siegel. I'm going to meet Pumpkin Freeway. I'm going to meet Tony Trump. All the hot artists that I was reading in the magazines the whole time when I was locked up. I said, I'm going to meet them. I'm going to meet Jay-Z. I'm going to meet Fat Joe. I'm going to meet Jim Jones. I'm going to meet Dipset. I'm going to meet young Chris and all of them motherfuckers. And then another night at the casino, I met Beanie Siegel came in there with Freeway, and it was all of them together. And mind you, that Tustin State Property movie came out, and I watched that shit like 5 times in the halfway house on a DVD player. And I couldn't believe that he was right in front of me. I'm like, oh shit, that's Beanie Siegel. What the? And guess what? The character that he played in the movie, it was him. There was no acting involved in that because he was acting the same way in real life, in person. And then we started walking in the casino at the same time. The revolving door that in the front of the casino, as you go in. So as we were going in, this dude, he was an older gentleman too. He had to be like in his 30s. He said, oh shit, Beanie Siegel, what's good, bro? Yo, can I get a picture, bro? Can I get an autograph? And Beanie's like, man, don't get the fuck out my face with that shit. And the dude's like, yo, what do you mean, bro? You're a fucking celebrity now, dog. People are going to come up to you and ask you for your autograph and take pictures. I guess he didn't understand the magnitude that he had. You know, once you get it in the public eye, when people see you, they're going to want to take a picture and they're going to want an autograph, bro. I can't even see who you are, bro. What does that mean when they send me an invite? What, you want to do a TikTok battle? I don't know what that is, bro. So the moral story, I met them, this and that, and then when I got out, as soon as I got out, I signed an artist. My first artist I signed, his name was Shane Beasy, and I found him on YouTube. I signed him to I got an official label. It's HOODSTAR Entertainment. His name is Shane Beasy from York, PA, and I drove all the way over there, 2 hours to go to his house and meet him. He was so talented, that kid, man. That kid was like that kid was fucking Kanye West. What was that rapper name that overdosed, the white boy Miller? He was a backpack rapper too. He did back rap, cadences. Then he did the Kanye West conscious shit. And then he could sing like Michael Jackson, man. I'm not even exaggerating, bro. He had a beautiful voice singing. I like his singing more than his rapping, but he wanted to be a rapper, and he didn't want to listen to me about singing. I said, man, you should just sing, dude. And he didn't want to listen to me and tell him to sing, bro. So anyway, so I started promoting him and shit like that. So in the meantime, I said, yo, I wanna start having talent shows, like showcases. So I started doing it in Philly. I booked a place in Philly, a little spot in Philly, in West Philly for $100. And I went, I got DJ. I wasn't on the mic or in front of the camera at all. Everything I did was behind the scenes. Like I would never dare do this, right? Because I was too cool, too gangster. And kids started coming up and then started to perform. And then I said, oh, so then I took my artist, I paid for his train ticket to come from York, PA to Philadelphia. And I said, yo, because I booked him to perform on South Street at this venue there they were having. It was dope too. He was all happy. He couldn't believe it. He was like, oh shit, like, this is really happening? And he had a fiance and 2 kids already. He was young, man. He was like in his early 20s, dog. He was in his early 20s. They already had 2 kids. They were babies. They were little. And so I took him, he came, he performed. Everybody loved him. It's like, holy shit, who is he? He is talented. Because he got to do 3 songs, and the 3 songs, he did a rap song, he did an R&B song, and he did a pop song. I told him that's what you got to do every time you can perform. Do 3 different types of songs, so people be like, oh shit, he's dope. He has a wide range, So we walked outside to go get some air or whatever in the venue. And so there was a young boy out there with a camera. He's like, yo, man, can I interview you guys real quick? I said, well, he goes, yeah. And I do it for free, bro, because this your artist? And I was like, yeah. He said, man, he's a star, man. He's going to be a star, man. I interview you for free. I want to get him on my YouTube before he becomes famous. He's going to be famous, he kept saying. I want to get him on YouTube, on my YouTube, before he becomes famous. I said, what do you think so? He goes, yeah, man. I've been doing this for a lot of years, man, and I ain't never seen nobody just do what he just did. That was crazy. I said, oh, shit. All right. So he interviewed. That interview is still up on YouTube under Heavy Footage 215. Look it up, bro. From 2000, I think it was 2015 or 2014. I was big as shit, too. I was like a fucking house. So then he said, yo, man, I got a venue, man, in South Philly, and there's a hall, and it's a nice space, man. You can come in and do your showcase there, but you got to book an artist with a name. I said, I want to meet such and such. And he said, I know him. I said, what? He said, I know him, bro. I said, for real? I said, well, give me his number. He said, man, I'm going to call him right now. And he called him right in front of me. He said, yo, this is my man, HOODSTAR Entertainment. This is the brother Ali. And he told me to call you because he wanted to book you because he's about to have a show at the new spot I got in South Philly. So the artist, he was cool. He was down to earth. He was like, all right, well, that's what's up, yo, man. Take my number. He gave me his number. He said, call me, man, and come through so we could talk about it. So like a couple days later, I called him. And he said, all right, man, it's my address, man. Meet me over here, blah, 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 blah. So I mean, my boy, may he rest in peace, my nigga LD. We went to Philly off of City Line Avenue, and we went to go meet with him. If you go to my YouTube, everything's on my YouTube, bro. Everything that I say is on my YouTube, bro. It was on my IG, but IG deleted my page when they said I was a conspiracy theorist. You know, before the pandemic happened, I was already telling everybody the pandemic was coming, and nobody wanted to believe me. And I was telling everybody what was happening today, that it was coming, and nobody wanted to believe me. So they deleted my IG page for it. They banned my YouTube page for it, my Facebook, my Twitter. I lost all those pages. But as it turned out, I wasn't a conspiracy theorist. I was telling facts, right? I was a prophet. I was prophesizing. So anyway, so I met the dude, blah, 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 we agreed. He said, you gotta pay me this much, give me half now, and then give me the other half at the day of the event. I said, bet. So then I started promoting it. He started promoting, then I came over there again, then he did the promo video with me in it. He's like, yeah, I'm such and such, and I'm gonna be at this spot right here on March, whatever. Make sure y'all pull up. I need everybody in the building. And he was hot at the time, so I knew it was gonna be packed, bro. So I went to the place, I organized who's gonna be at the front door, who's gonna be behind the bar, who's gonna be doing this, who's gonna be doing that, and shit like that. So then, 2 days before the event was to take off, I was going home from work because I was working grave shift. Now, mind you, that's what was funding my dream, was me working construction, and I was working at night, bro. I was working from fucking 7 p.m. all the way up to like 4 or 5 a.m. So I was so exhausted. So then I was going home, and I lived like 30 minutes from the job. So I was on the highway, on the expressway, and I was like a mile away from my exit, and I fell asleep, bro. I fell asleep at the wheel. And when I fell asleep, well, when I was getting sleepy, it was cold too. I rolled my windows down all the way. But when that shit jump on your back, there's nothing you can do about it, bro, unless you just pull over. But I was right there. Like, I go over that hump, the exit was right there. I was less than a mile. About a half a mile away. About a mile, yeah, about 3/4 of a mile. 3/4 of a mile. And when I'm driving and I'm looking in the mirror, I see all the traffic behind me because it's 6 in the morning. And they were like, I had all this space. I said, why everybody so far back? I said, and I was looking around, I said, oh shit. So I must have started swerving then. I remember looking in the mirror. I looked in the mirror, I said, oh shit, all the cars are so far back. And I could see a lot of headlights. You know, everybody just watching me, I guess. And then I fell back to sleep. Then in my seat, I felt the car drifting. And then a voice came to me. This is no lie, bro. A voice came to me while I was sleeping, and it was a female voice. She was like, "Oh my God, wake up. Wake up, you're off the road. You're going off the road. Wake up, wake up." And so I felt the car going because I was in the grass now. I was off the expressway. I was on the left-hand side on the grass. So then I woke up, I said, "Oh shit." As soon as I said, "Oh shit," like that, boom, I hit a rut. Because they were doing construction over there. And where the tractor, where the excavators were going back and forth, they left these big ass, from their tracks. Call them ruts. And I was doing 70 because my car was on cruise control. And I hit that fucking rut. My car went boom, because there was two of them. It went boom, boom, then it bounced, boom. So then the car started going, so I grabbed the steering wheel. Then the car started sliding back off the grass towards the road. So I figured I can get control of it once I get on the road, right? Shit. As soon as my right front tire touched that fucking pavement, it was like a spinning top. Went. As soon as it touched, I thought I was going to be able to, get it and save it. No, as soon as it went like that and touched, it went, and it gripped, and the car went, it spun like at least 3 times, or maybe more, across all 3 lanes. There was 3 lanes right there. It went across all 3 lanes, and I went off the road into the woods. And my car went like this in the woods, all through the trees. You know, all those trees. It was like a pinball machine, bro. And I had just paid that car off, like 3 months prior to that. I had just finished paying that car off, bro. The title was in the mail. And when the car stopped, and I opened my eyes, the airbags exploded. There was all this smoke everywhere. And my brain was like, ooh, I was so fucking dizzy, bro. I was like, but I seen the front of the car, it had all this smoke like it was about to catch on fire. So I took a deep breath. My mom said, don't panic. Take your seatbelt off. So I went, I took my seatbelt off. Boom, took my seatbelt off. And then I checked myself. I moved my feet. I shook my legs, my arms. So when I went to go right there to my arms, and when I looked at my arm like this, and then this arm right here was hanging down like that. My elbow was up, but my forearm, my arm, my hand was down. And then when I looked, you see the scars on my arm right here? I don't know if you can see the scars. Well, this bone broke. And this bone broke through my skin. And it was standing up just like this, looking at me. Hello, how you doing? You okay? You gonna be all right. And it was all this blood starting to spit out of it. Like the movies, bro. It was going like that. Blood was coming out of the bone. Thank God I didn't pass out, bro. I had looked at it like, oh shit. Don't panic. Put your seatbelt off, boom. Then I opened the door. Thank God the door opened. And then I drug myself out. Oh shit. And I went on my knees and I started going up the embankment of the grass. I went up the embankment, made it to the edge line. Now you have all this traffic came up and people started to get out their cars. Then I laid on my back and had my hand like this. And then his brother came up. He go, holy shit. And he knew me from the job site because he was working there too with another contractor. He goes, holy shit, Bear. Because they used to call me Bear. What the fuck, bro? You okay? And I was like, yo, go get my phone. Hurry up, get my phone. It should be on the floor right there by the gas pedal or the brake pedal. Because I remember I had my phone sitting in between my legs. Call my mom, call my sister. Just go through my phone, go through the contacts. Call somebody. So he handed me my phone. He said, "Hey man, who you want me to look up? Who you want to call?" And I was like, "Damn, I can't call my mom. What my mom gonna do? She all the way in Florida. I couldn't call my kids at the time because I didn't have contact with my older kids. Because mind you, I'm just getting ready to come home. I had just came home, so we haven't reconnected yet. Right? Because everybody was still, they went on living their lives. So I ended up calling my foreman. He was already home. He lived right down the street from the job site in Deptford. He said, "What do you want, asshole?" When I called him, I'm about to get into bed. I already took a shower. I'm drinking my fucking coffee. I'm laying down. What is it? I said, "Dude, I just got in a car accident and I'm fucked up. So if anything happened to me, man, you make sure you give my check to my kids and tell everybody else how I love them." I thought I was dying, bro. For real. I was like, "What? Where the fuck are you?" And I told them. Then the ambulance, everybody there, they took me out of there quick. Took me to the hospital, boom, wrapped my shit all up, and then the hospital said, "Oh, we gotta send you to another hospital. There's nothing we can do with that. That's a compound fracture. You gotta go into surgery immediately or you're gonna lose your arm, sir." I said, "What?" "Yeah, I have to amputate your arm." So I said, "All right." So then they took me to Cooper Hospital in Camden. They did surgery, and the doctor did the surgery, saved my arm. So they put a metal plate in here. See, I got a big scar right here. Scars right there. And they never went away. I don't know if you can see them. See the scars? So they put a metal plate. I still got the metal plate in my arm. Hold on, let me get this door for this dog fucking pain in the ass, bro. Why you always barking like you running something, man? Why you can't just stay outside? The sun is out. Why you can't stay outside in the sun? Why you such a crybaby, yo? Come on, Big Willie. You don't have to come in. You can stay out. You want to come in? Check cute stuff. You don't have to. You don't want to. He likes being outside. You can stay outside if you want to stay outside. Okay? Go ahead. Stay outside. Stay outside. You're okay. He wants to be outside. It's her. Whining ass. So I had to ask them before the show, so I had to cancel the show. I didn't want to cancel the show. I called the dude, the camera dude that I was talking to you about, and I said, "Yo, I just got in a real bad car accident, just go ahead and, go with it. Have the show, bro. Just give the money, his other back end to the artist and collect all the money and run that to me because I'm going to need it for the next show. I'm going to keep doing it." He's like, "Oh, nah, man, I can't do that shit by myself. If you ain't going to be there, you should just cancel it, dude. I don't want to deal with all those people like that. I don't know how to do that stuff." So we ended up canceling the show. Then I made a post about it. "Yo, the show's canceled. You can see I'm all fucked up. I got an accident, blah, 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 blah." So prior to that, me making that post, when I got out the hospital, because I was in Cooper for like 2 days, I think it was, they kicked me out. They kicked me out the hospital, literally. So you got to go and eat the bed, whatever. And I didn't even have no clothes. They gave me a T-shirt and a pair of shorts from the Lost and Found, because they rip all my clothes up. When you get in an accident, they rip all your shit up off of you to check you out, make sure you're good. I woke up, my sciatic nerve is bothering me today. Every time I get ready to go do something or go somewhere, my back does this, bro. It's crazy, bro. I can't stay home every day for the rest of my fucking life, bro. So anyway, so they kicked me out the hospital. I didn't even have no shoes. I had on the, them socks they give you when you're in the hospital. I had that and I walked out like that, bro. So when I went, my brother-in-law had came there. My sister's husband had came there before they released me. I was like, they're about to release me. And he was like, oh yeah, well you gotta sign this. You gotta sign this paper right here because your car is total and they want to charge you for. They're gonna be charging you for storage and I just signed. I shouldn't have signed shit, bro. Cause I know he got money for the junk fee. Cause you get money for that shit. I didn't know that at the time. I just signed it. And I put up thousands of dollars into that fucking car, bro. I had paid that car off, man. It was my baby. I had a Chevy Impala. It was a 2000 and I forgot the year it was. It was a 2012 Chevy Impala. That's what it was. It was when they first changed the body on it. It was a nice one. Well, anyway, so I said, yo, can you give me a ride home? I don't have a ride home. He said, oh, I can't give you a ride home because I had to go visit my mother or somebody like that, and they live right there, like 10, 15 minutes from where I was. I was in Camden. So he had to go over there. So I was like, well, damn. So I didn't have a ride home. And there was nobody I could call to take me home. Because at the time, I wasn't living in Camden. I was living in Hamilton. It's like a 30-minute ride, 40-minute ride. So I said, well, can you at least just give me a ride to the Mac machine so I can get some money and I'm going to catch a cab to this train station and I'll catch a train home. He was like, all right. So he did that. He took me to the Mac machine. I got the $100 out and I caught a cab to the train station, the ferry station. And I was waiting for the train with no shoes on, looking crazy. T-shirt, my arm all bandaged up, and I was high as hell off the fucking pain medicine. In pain. So I was sitting there, and then this pretty young lady walked on the train thing, and she kept staring at me and shit. Like, how you doing? You actually said, no, you okay? Oh my God, why are you out here like that? I said, I just got in a bad car accident, and I just got out the hospital just now. They kicked me out the hospital like this. She said, well, where's your family at? You don't have no family, no friend. Why would nobody pick you up in the hospital to take you home? Oh my God, that is terrible. And she said, wait a minute, I recognize you. I think I follow you. I think I follow you on Facebook or some shit like that. I think I follow you. I seen you. I be seeing you. And I said, yeah, you probably seen me on Facebook or on IG. Because at the time, the artist that I was around, he was a big artist. So every time he posts or I post, it was getting on the Explorer page on IG. That's before the algorithm bullshit was put in. You know what I mean? She said, oh my God, well, here, take my number. You need anything, call me. Da, 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 da. I said, all right, man, I appreciate that. When I get it together, I reach out to you. Maybe we can go to lunch or something, right? She said, all right, I'll look forward to it. All right, bye. So I caught the train. I went home. I had to catch 2 trains. I caught the train from Ferry Station and went to Lindenwold. I had to get off that train, slide my feet, all groggy and shit, up this escalator to the next platform and catch another train from Lindenwold to Hamilton, going towards Atlantic City. So I went and I got off the train. In Hamilton, and then I had to walk. It was like a quarter of a mile, easy quarter of a mile from the train station to my house. I was living in my mom's building. My mom owned a building right there on the main strip. She had a salon. So on top of the salon was in a 1-bedroom apartment. She let me live there. So I was so fucking pissed off and so frustrated that I videotaped myself walking. I said, ain't this about a bitch? I just got out the hospital and not one soul, not one human being came to check on me or to show me love, to come pick me up in the hospital or nothing, bro. These people are fucking cold in this world. God damn, this is what I've been missing while I was locked up. Damn, this is crazy, bro. I was so sick too, man, because the pills made me so nauseous, bro. So I walked home and I was upset. I got home right away. And I drank some water. I didn't even eat nothing. I just fucking laid down, went to sleep. And then when I woke up, my Facebook was going crazy because I posted that video. And I had all these notifications from one person, this one lady. And she was gorgeous too, man. And she said, she hit me in the inbox. Like, please contact me back, this and that. So I hit her out. I said, what's going on? She said, how you doing? Listen. Oh, no, she gave me her number on there. She said, call this number. So I called her. How you doing? What's going on? She goes, listen, my name is such and such, and I seen your story. I just seen you on Facebook, and oh my God, that is hard, but I'm glad you're alive and you're okay, and this and that. And I can't believe that your family or none of your kids, none of your friends came to help you. Nobody came to the hospital to come to give you a ride to take you home from the. That is disgusting. She said, you know what? I know you don't know me. You don't know me from a can of paint, but I'm a nurse. This is what I do for a living, and I want to come help you. What's your address? So I was like, what? I don't trust nobody like that. So I was like, she seems to, sincere. So I said, wait a minute, I'm going to call you. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, shit. So she said, I'm going to call you from Messenger, a video call, so you can see that I'm real. So I said, oh, okay, that makes sense. I didn't even think of that, So she did. I seen her. I said, oh, shit, she was cute, too. She was beautiful. She's from Philly. She said, I'm serious. Give me your address. I'm on my way. So I'm thinking, she said, when you coming? I gave her my address. She said, I'll be there tomorrow morning. I said, okay. And then she came. She popped up at my door, bro. She popped right up. Boom. She had a bag with her and everything. She had cleaning supplies. She had food. She had everything. And she said, all right, how you doing? It's nice to meet you. This is what I need you to do. I need you to relax. First we're going to do is we're going to take your bandage off. We're going to clean your wound up. We're going to put some medicine on it. I'm going to wrap it back up for you. I'm going to put plastic on it. Then we're going to get you in the tub so you can wash you up. I'm going to help you get out. Put your underwears on and t-shirt, your short, whatever you want to wear. I'm going to put you in the bed. And when you put you in the bed, I'm going to handle everything else from here. I'm going to help you. You need help, okay? So I was like, oh, man. And I was a single dad. My daughter was a baby at the time. She had to be like almost one. But she might have been a little older than one at the time. But she had spent the night with my daughter. Thank God, right? Because if not, I would have picked her up after work, and she would have been in the car with me during the accident because I was on my way home from work. So that was God's doing, bro. Because if you would have seen my car from the accident, it was like a soda can. The front, the back was smashed, and the top. And they were like, how you don't have a head injury when your whole shit, and right here, the whole windshield, the whole corner of the car like this was smashed in, bro, like all the way down. That's how I broke my arm, because I went like this, and it broke my arm. So anyway, more stories of shit. I woke up in the house. I could smell the ammonia and the fragrance of the cleaner. And she was in there cleaning, and she was cooking. It was like I woke up and I was married. I was single. And I smelled the food was smelling so good, and the house was clean. She cleaned the bathroom. She scrubbed the whole bathroom. She scrubbed the kitchen. It was all clean, bro. And I clean, but I never cleaned like that, deep cleaning. She like clean. She did the corners and shit. She swept, she mopped, she did everything, bro. She fed me dinner, and I ate. She helped me eat. Because I'm left-handed, so I broke my left arm, so I'm left-handed dominant. So I was having a hard time. She was feeding me and everything, bro. And then I thought she was going to go home after that, like that night. I said, all right, so I appreciate you and this and that. She goes, what? She said, I ain't going nowhere. Go ahead and go to sleep. I'll be right here in the morning to help you in the morning, and you're going to get breakfast, and I'm going to help you. And I said, oh, shit. She stayed for 2 days, bro. She did that breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and changed my bandage and made sure I took my medicine. And she comforted me, bro. She was awesome, dude. Then the third morning, I was able to get up. And I said, oh shit. Let me go outside and get some air. I'm trying to go for like a little walk. Let me go to the bodega because there's a little bodega around the corner. She said, okay, I'm going to walk with you. So I said, all right, bet. So then we started walking and shit. And then I stopped. I said, yo, can you hold my phone? Can you record me? And then she said, okay. Now I made a post. I said, yo, this is Audio HOODSTAR. This is about, listen, this is what happened. I know I had the event on Thursday, but I got in an accident on Tuesday. So the event is canceled, this and that. But as soon as I get back up, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep having shows. We're going to keep meeting artists. And I'm going to keep pushing the dream forward. So just follow me. She's the one that recorded it. You know what I'm saying? Went to the store, came back. I ate again. She fucking was massaging me. Then the massage turned into, us having an adult relationship. It was a quickie. And then she said, all right, see you later. And she left. And guess what? I've never seen that lady again ever in my life. I never seen her. Her Facebook page was deactivated. Her Instagram page was deactivated. All her social media from that page was gone, bro. Like I've never seen that lady ever since then. So I come to understand. I said, well, maybe God sent me an angel. She must have been an angel in human form. Because I don't know no human being that would do that for another human being, especially in America. I can see like a foreigner or someone like that. They were compassionate people, but America, everybody's caught up in the rat race, chasing the cheese. So she took 3 days out of her life to come help me. She don't even know me from a can of paint, bro. She just knew me from the image that she's seen on social media and my brand, and what I'm talking about. The HOODSTAR Entertainment and HOODSTAR this and HOODSTAR that. That's all she knew. And she did that, bro. Couldn't believe it. So if you ever come across this video, I'm going to post this on my YouTube, this talk this morning, and this blog. Hit me up, man. Because I tell everybody this story. Nobody believe me. So y'all, I'm telling you, man, she came to my sister. She said, you sure you wasn't dreaming? I said, for 3 days. And she recorded me. She had my phone in her hand. She recorded my blog that I made when I talked about my accident and the concert being canceled. Fuck you mean was I dreaming? No, I wasn't dreaming. The shit was real, bro. You know what I mean? Well, look, go get the merch, man. Go order the merch. I got the one with the butterflies. I got the one with the star and the HSW for HOODSTAR World. You know what I mean? Or you can hit me on TikTok. I'm trying to start a TikTok shop right here, but they give me a hard way to go, bro. So I haven't been able to do it as of yet. You know what I'm saying? So the moral story is after the accident, then I healed. Then about 8 months later, I was able to go back to work and just continue living my life, to this point now. So then in 2016, so the artist that I had booked my first show, he was like, damn, but I still paid him his back end, even though he didn't perform. And I didn't, that's a lie. He kept what I gave him a deposit. He said, yo, bro, I can't give you your deposit back, but the back end, don't worry about it, because I didn't perform. I said, oh, I bet. He said, but I fuck with your motivation, man. You're inspiring, man. You just coming home, right? He goes, yeah. He said, I rock with you, bro. What are you doing Wednesday? I said, I ain't doing shit, bro. He goes, look, can you remember the address I gave you? I go, yeah. He goes, can you be at that address at 10 a.m.? And I said, all right, wow, what's tough? He said, I got to go to New York, man. So I want you to go to New York with me so I can introduce you to people. I said, oh, I bet. So I went, I picked him up, boom, and I started going to New York with him. He goes, you know what, as a matter of fact, I want to officially make you my role manager. I said, for real? But I didn't know the business at all. I didn't know that I'm supposed to get paid for this shit. I'm thinking like, I'm just going to be like an intern. And he was way younger than me. He was like my son's age. And I was giving him wisdom and shit like that and talking to him, to teach him, to prevent him from going to prison like I did. See, I didn't have nobody to talk to me like I'm talking to them and talk sense into me and change my way of thinking, I just wanted to make a lot of money and sell a lot of fucking drugs and get the cars and the chains, this typical shit. The bikes and the nightlife and the women and all that goofy shit, bro. So he took the liking to me, and then we built a bond. And we grind together for like a year and a half, or maybe even 2 years. He took me to Shady 45. I met DJ K Slay. I met DJ Cell at 105.1. And we went to the other radio stations. I met bloggers and magazine people. You know, the industry. Went to different studios in New York. I went to studios in Jersey City and Philly, all over the place with him. It was dope. So then I turned my label into an official. I got an LLC. It was in 2000 and I got an LLC in 2015, I think it was, or 16. And that's when I signed my first artist from York, PA. His name is Shane Beasy. He's on YouTube. My first videos and all that of him, they're on YouTube still. All these years later. And we went. I started grinding with that kid. I started taking him to showcases in Jersey, Philadelphia, New York City. I even drove him all the way down to Miami. We went all the way to Miami and performed. Yeah, I did that with him. And I took his cousin with us and his camera dude. And none of them give me no gas money, no toll money, no food money, none of that shit, bro. Yeah, because I was investing in myself. That's how I took it. I was investing in my dream, in myself. You know, they were keeping me company, really. So we did that. And then we had a fallout because he was doing shit like irresponsible. Like he didn't understand the vision. He didn't understand the buzz that he was picking up. And I think his girlfriend at the time, he's married to her now, but she was hating on him. She didn't want him to be famous because she didn't want him to leave her. He's black and she was white. She already had 2 kids though, so then she got pregnant again. And then this time she got pregnant. She was pregnant again with twins. He already had a set of twins with her. Then he got pregnant again with another set of twins. So that's 4 kids, like in a 2-year span. So then he was like, oh man, I can't go. And he started doing that. Yo, I need you to meet me. I'm gonna pay for your train ticket. I need you to come in. We're gonna go over here. Oh man, I can't go, bro. I gotta go to work. You know, the wife, I gotta go to work. I said, the wife? I said, yeah, bro, I got married. We went to City Hall and we got married. I said, oh man, you jumped out. You jumped all the way out the window. I said, man, I'm gonna hit you up though, man. When I can get back to the music right now, I gotta focus on my kids. And I said, all right, bro. To this day, he still ain't hit me up. I got all his music too. I should start fucking dropping that shit, put it all on fucking Spotify. So more stuff, we're gonna move forward to where I'm today. So after all the artists that I met and I grinded with, and I took to Atlanta and I took to Miami and New York and Philly and invested all this time with and spent all this money with, then it turned to this. I said, fuck it. I moved here, out the hood, into the house, into the woods, put my studio in the garage, and then I started recording my podcast, talking about social issues. And my podcast is Respect the Game. The is the yay. It's on all podcast platforms. And I have video of the podcast is on my YouTube channel, HOODSTAR365. Everything's on that channel. Everything that I do, from the mixtapes to the artists, to the podcast, to the merch, the TikToks, everything. To now. Then I started recording. Now I make my own songs, bro. So that's the music you hear when I make content and I post it, and the music be playing. That's my music. That's me singing and all that. Right? But this is the merch. This is the new tees. This is the new design. If you want one, you can like, comment, want one, follow me, and then go to the website, HOODSTAR365.com, and go order a custom tee. All right. So now I got to go get ready because I got to go hit the highway and go drop my baby off. Go do a couple of errands and all that and all this. So stay out the way. Turn your negativity into positive. Go get my new ebooks. Go to hswmedia.com and go learn something new today, man. I got all kind of ebooks, man. Educational and financing. All right? So with that, I'm Ali HOODSTAR365. Go follow me on all platforms. YouTube, Facebook, X. What are you doing?
He was scratching his chair.
Yeah, get him off there. He's so destructive. All right. So it's all love from this side, man. Go get a tee, get a hoodie. Let's get it. Let's go.